Hi, and welcome to the Enterprenuer. I'm your host, Faith Katai. So today we are in Kabwata, Lusaka, Zambia, and I'm interacting with Clara Mwenda, an inspiring entrepreneur who specializes in crafting lightweight cement flower pots. Her creations are designed for homes, corporate spaces, hotels, and plant nurseries, bringing both beauty and functionality to every environment. Clara, welcome to the Enterprenuer.
Thank you very much for having me, Faith. How are you today?
Fine. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well.
Okay, so we get started. Just tell us about yourself. Who is Clara Mwenda?
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a nice question, first of all. Clara Mwenda is an entrepreneur. I am originally trained as a nurse, but nursing didn't really go the way I thought it was going to go, and that was over a decade ago. And I just decided to try making flower pots, which was an interest of mine and a hobby, and also making it commercial. I am also very versatile. Some of my hobbies include volunteering in my community. I also like to spend time with my friends. You know, I like to read as well. So that's, in a nutshell, that's who Clara Mwenda is.
Wow. Yeah. From a nurse to making flower pots. Okay. What really inspired you to get into crafting of lightweight flower pots?
Okay, I'm glad that you asked, Faith. I went through a difficult time in my life, and that taught me and inspired something in me to create something meaningful, something people could connect to, something beautiful, and something that could remind me personally that life is worth living and that it's very important to embody joy every day. And I didn't just realize that that was going to lead me towards making flower pots for small plants, and here we are now.
So, Clara, your business, crafting flower pots, what does it involve? Tell us about your business.
Rustic flower pots. Well, it's very diverse, but one of the things I would narrow it down to is making flower pots that capture beauty. They capture aesthetic beauty. They also capture the essence of warmth, the essence of peace as well, and also joy. They bring warmth and joy to the spaces that we put them into. And rustic flower pots is something that is very personal and close to me because it's something that I feel embodies things like environmental conservation, I beg your pardon, as well as also, like I mentioned, warmth to the spaces that it brings to, and that's rustic flower pots.
So these flower pots, how different are they from the traditional ones? It looks like these ones are a bit different.
One of the things that are different about our flower pots and rustic flower pots is we have made it a priority to not just have a brand that talks about flower pots, but to build community. And for us, community is a big thing because we want to involve you, Faith, as well in what we are doing. And with that, we decided to put in an element of customization. So we're able to put a design of your choice on the flower pot, a name, just to make it more personal. And for you to also feel like you are a part of us and we are a part of you. So when you put our pot in your house, it's not just a commercial flower pot, but it is a flower pot that also embodies the essence of faith to some extent. And that's one of the things that has been a major difference with our flower pots and the pots that you'll find commercially made on the market.
So interesting. I would like you to describe how is your day like on a day when you are making these flower pots. Okay. Maybe you can describe the process just a little bit. For our viewers.
Okay, so on a day when we're making flower pots and on a day when we have to make plenty, when we have bulk orders, the day typically starts with us as a team sitting down together and also, I think I would say, sharing tasks to make sure that we get that done on time, to make sure that we give our customers and our clients the best experience of what they're about to receive as a flower pot. And also the process typically includes sharing of tasks. You know, we would divide tasks, who's doing what to get things done on time. And we also get to the process of the painting, where we make sure that the designs come out clean, they come out very well, and also it ends with the packaging. So in a nutshell, that's what it looks like.
So let's talk about challenges. You know, it's very inevitable. In every business, there are some challenges that an entrepreneur goes through. So in this business of crafting flower pots, are you able to share with us some of the challenges that you have been able to face?
Yes, absolutely. Faith, one of the challenges that I'll talk about when we started up until where we are now. One of the challenges that we were facing, especially when we were starting and coming up, was the industry that we're in is more of a niche market. It is not a very commercialized industry or an industry that has trends that you can actively follow or see. So introducing flower pots that are different from what people are used to. You know, when you go to Kalingalinga, you find these flower pots that look the same and they are big. And we came with a product that was smaller. We said, let's make flower pots that are more user-friendly. You can carry it, give it to a friend. It was very strange to people, and it was very difficult to make them understand the importance of what this does, and also to sell that value, saying the value of you buying this is so and so. That was a bit of a challenge. Now the challenge has also moved from when we started to where we are now, to also now accessing more market. So that has been a challenge. The challenge also that has been there is, most businesses face this, we do as well, is the limited access to, I think, working capital. To expand what we are doing. We now have a proven concept that this is able to work, and we've done it with boutique hotels in Livingston. We've done it also for about 15 corporate companies. That was in 2025 alone, for gifting and their spaces, inclusive of, I'll give an example, Total Energies. When you go into their offices, it's all branded with pots that have the Total Energies logo, which we are very proud to say we did. And those are the challenges that we are facing now. So access to working capital to expand what we're already doing, as well as also now breaking into those new markets we haven't broken in yet.
Interesting. So are there any benefits of using these lightweight flower pots?
Yes, there is. One of the things that we've done, from what I mentioned, the material that we use primarily is white cement that has a major component of lime, as well as also quarry. So one of the benefits of using our lightweight flower pots is that the material that we use over time seeps into the soil, which is the lime component of the cement. It seeps into the soil and it creates alkaline conditions for the plants to grow. And if you remember back in the day, one of the things that we always did and farmers did was they would put lime into the soil to make sure that the time they're doing the crops. So that is what the flower pots do. And it's something that we have deliberately done. When we varnish our pots, we always make sure that we leave them plain inside for that to happen. And so that is one of the benefits of using the lightweight cement flower pots, because they have that component, which is good for your plants and also good for your environment overall.
So one would ask, where would they use this kind of flower pots? Is it in just homes or corporate spaces only? Which other places?
Okay. So the use over time has grown, and it's still growing. But one of the places that we would recommend is you can use them for your bathroom. You can use them for your home. Imagine walking into your kitchen and you have a flower pot that has, if you like to use rosemary, it has rosemary written on the flower pot, and there's a rosemary plant growing. You can put them in your kitchen. You can put them in your office, on your office table. Just something to make you feel more calm, even as Mondays and days get busy, in your living room. So the use is quite diverse. I think it all goes back to your imagination and how you want your place to feel, and also what you want to experience as a person. So outside is also good.
Awesome. Yeah. We now take a short break. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Emmanuel Machwani. Keep watching The Enterprenuer on Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Welcome back, and this is The Enterprenuer, and I'm interacting with Clara Mwenda, who is an entrepreneur who's into making lightweight cement flower pots for home use, corporate spaces, hotels, and plant nurseries. So, Clara, these lightweight flower pots, how can one identify, like, this is the lightweight flower pot on the market?
Faith, one of the things that you'll notice, even from the one that I just picked up, is it's small. I'll start with that. So one of the ways you can identify is with the size. The size will usually tell you how heavy or how light this thing is, and as well as also the feel. So the diameter I think let's call it length, for lack of a better word, from here to there will show you how heavy a flower pot is. Because if it's very thick in there, it means it's quite heavy, and when you add soil to it, it becomes heavier. So that's one of the ways that you can actually identify if this is it's a lightweight one, or this is something that is going to be heavy over time.
What design elements do you focus on coming up with that?
So one of the things that I mentioned earlier was that we are a brand that is trying to encourage more community. We want our customers to feel included in what we're doing, in our growth and in our story as well. So one of the things that we encourage and we do is customization. So some of these designs, like the one you're seeing here, was an idea that was from a client. Yes, it was a client's idea. They wanted to have a flower pot in their house that says "Rooted in Christ" with a small plant growing in it. And I'm assuming it was to make them feel connected to something maybe higher than themselves. And that is how these ideas mostly come up. So there are feedback that we collect from our clients, and we also build on their ideas as well as our own ideas. One of the things that we try to capture so much, even as we do our day-to-day works, is we want you to enjoy yourself. We want you to have a product that you love. We want you to remember that it is good to smile and to feel good about yourself. So,
okay, moving on. Are your materials locally sourced, or you just get from outside the country?
Okay, so our materials at this particular moment are 70% locally sourced and 30% we do import from Egypt. So it's very difficult to find high quality cement which is white and has a major component of lime in Zambia. So that is one of the things that we have to outsource and import. 70% of the material that goes into making this is quarry, which is sourced from local quarry, I think I would say suppliers, right in the community where we are, here in Kabwata. So that is where we get the quarry from, and also the water, that is our water.
Technology keeps on changing in a digital world. Things keep on changing and changing each and every day. How do you ensure that you stay up to date with the designs and everything in your business?
Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned earlier is our business has been and is a niche market. It is a market that is still even quite new, even in Zambia as we talk about it now in 2026. And it is a market that we are also still learning, and a market that is not properly established with trends that we can properly follow. So one of the things that has helped us as Rustic Flower Pots has been to stay in touch, as well as also build networks with, I think I would say, companies as well as enterprises outside of Zambia that are doing what we are doing. So we can learn from some of them, and also so we can learn how to integrate some of the things that they have probably done, or some of the things they are doing, and also share ideas. So that has been very helpful. The second thing that we have done also to stay hand in hand and ahead of market trends has been to listen from our clients. So client feedback is a really big thing for us. I've realized that clients will give you a better blueprint of the direction of which your business should take, and some of the things that they want to see if you take the time to listen to them. So client feedback is number one, I should say, as well as also just building networks and communities with people that are in the similar industry, and people that are also trying to build similar businesses to what we are trying to build.
Your flower pots, are you supplying outside? Have you started supplying within Zambia in the chain stores?
No, at the moment we haven't yet, but that is something that we are working on in 2026, as well as also the opportunity and the potential that we are exploring is exporting to some of our neighboring countries. And we are really looking forward to what that will look like, because we have a feeling that is going to be really wonderful and something that we'll be really proud to see what we have built start from something very small into something that is sitting on a shelf in a chain store.
Wow, okay, that is something that is very, very great. And I'm sure by then the business would have even expanded further. I would like you to mention to us, how many people have you employed?
So there's 5 of us in the business who have different tasks just to make sure that our day-to-day operations and everything is running smoothly. Especially on days when we need to get, I think I would say, a huge number of pots ready and a big number of pots done on time within a specific time frame is when all of us are very hands-on and with tasks day to day to make sure that the business is still in operation, the business is still existing, and that we are still here. So we have people in sales, we have a lady that is making sure that the business environment is clean and it's very pleasant. We also have, so we are a business that has it's led by 2 women that are youths. We have 1 male youth, and we also have an older lady and an older man, just to balance that out, and well as also play our role in creating employment in the community, as well as also youth, I think I'd say youth empowerment, for lack of a better word. So yes.
In terms of advertising these flower pots, which social media platforms are you using?
Okay, one of the social media platforms that we are trying to capitalize on right now, that I think you will agree with me, Faith, is TikTok. I think TikTok is becoming very widely used in Zambia. It's like, you know, when people leave Instagram and Facebook, they all meet on TikTok. So we're trying to really build up on the TikTok vibes and go with some of these growing trends. We are also using Facebook because we have realized that our flower pots are also appealing to an audience that is a bit more mature. And some of that mature audience, we realized that they spend most of their time on Facebook and also an audience on TikTok, like I mentioned. But we also are on Instagram, and we do have an active website that you can go on and just have a look at some of our products and services.
Okay, give us the website.
www.rusticflowerpotsandplanters.org.zm.
On a good day, Clara, how many do you sell?
Oof, on a good day, Faith, there are some days when things are very well and some days when things are not so good, so you have to really put in some effort. So I would say on a good day, we do 300, and on a bad day, we have done 10, maybe 5. So that range, 5 to 300.
Yes. Apart from just making flower pots, are there any other businesses that you're engaged in?
Yes, there are. So one of the things that I'm working actively on in 2026 is becoming an active farmer, as well as also, I'm not going to call this a business, but it will be, I think, something that is very close to me and something I'm passionate about, which is community involvement. So I currently serve as the Vice Secretary for the Community Welfare Assistance Committee under the Ministry of Community Development, where I volunteer through the community to identify the vulnerable people in the community and just see how to link them with the government and how they can get social welfare, which is something that's very close to me and something that I love. And yes, that's part of what I do.
Lastly, Clara, what advice would you give to someone who would like to actually venture into this kind of a business?
My advice to someone that would want to venture into this kind of a business is understand the market, do some research, just make sure that you want to, I think, embody an element of something that speaks to you and not just something that everyone is already doing, because you need to be unique, and also trust yourself. So try it out, trust yourself, and go after it.
Okay, Clara, thank you so much for giving us this time.
Thank you very much for having me, Faith. This has been a very wonderful interview, and we're very grateful to be on the platform.
Viewers, that's all we have for you on The Entrepreneur. This has been Faith Katai. Join us next time for another exciting episode. Goodbye.